topic is greasing the joint. And what it means is how to ease friction and how to ease tension in marital relationship. Where you have bones, you will have a joint. So the two opposites, the bone and the flesh, are together in the house. Now, when we talk about two opposites, we are not talking about two opposing powers or opposing factors. No. They are not opposing themselves. They're not supposed to oppose themselves, but opposite, different. Now, these two opposites have differences. They are from different backgrounds. The two opposites, the two bones, from the different background. So, two different people from different background, different concept about marriage, then are now joined together. Now, these opposites, with all the differences, are joined together, listen to this, through initial feeling of love. These two people with these two bones, then with differences, they are now joined together first with the initial feeling of love and emotional attachment. Now listen to this. The initial feeling of love is what makes you, when you see somebody to marry, what makes you not to sleep. It's what makes you to use his picture, her picture as your screensaver. It's what makes you, whenever he talks, it's like an angel is talking to you. It's what makes you, anytime you lie down on the bed, you will now put him on the pillow. And then you will be saying, you can talk for 3 hours. The MTN and the other network will be enjoying themselves through you. It is because of the initial feeling of love. Everybody had it, no matter your spirituality. In those days, we used to write love letter. If you write love letter to her, because you have agreed, she will keep it separate because it's special. That is initial feeling of love. It doesn't continue that way except you lubricate it. It doesn't continue that way. I will explain if I have time. All right. Then after that, after the initial, that is what brings your heart together. That's what makes you to say, if not him, I will not marry. If not her, I will not marry. That is the initial love, feeling of love. Then after that, they are now covered with flesh. What did I say flesh is? Thank you. They are now covered with flesh. The two bones are now covered with flesh. So you no longer see the bones. You don't see the joint. The bones will be walking inside, but the flesh will be there to cover it. That is it. That's what happens. So marriage is therefore the flesh that covers the two differences or the two different bones is marriage, husband and wife. Marriage is the flesh that covers it. Remember Adam said, she is the flesh of my bone of my bone and flesh of my flesh. So with time, now listen, with time, as these bones continue to rub themselves, they rub each other. As these bones continue to rub themselves in the flesh that is called marriage, there will be friction. There will be friction. As the bones continue to rub themselves, there will be friction. Friction in marriage is as a result of lack of lubrication, lack of oil, or lack of blood. If there is no blood that flows through your veins, your joint will be aching you. Is there anybody doctor in the house here? What I'm saying, is it not normal now? It's normal. If you have shortage of blood and then it doesn't supply through the veins, your bones will ache. Your bones will ache. So when you have friction, it's as a result of lack of constant lubrication, constant oil, constant blood that will help to the bones to move freely and painless. Listen to this. As marriage counselors, we don't build people's marriages. We don't build people's marriages. We don't. What we do is to help people to build their marriage. We don't help. We don't come and say, okay, we'll help you build your marriage. It's not possible. We will help you. You are the person. the two bones, the moment they agree to build the flesh will be sweet. The flesh will be fine. People are having problems because they don't have time or they don't know. And that is one of the greatest problems of marriage, ignorance, lack of knowledge, the Bible calls it. What you don't know is greater than you. What you don't know is higher than you. So if you don't know that misunderstanding, disagreement, and quarrels are normal in marriage. They are normal in marriage. And they don't respect your age. They don't respect your spirituality. No. In fact, the more you pray, the more you have it. It is normal. It's natural. Irrespective of who you marry. Irrespective of who you marry. Irrespective of your position in the church. Or your spirituality. Conflict in marriage does not respect that. No. It's a cut across every title and status. Everybody goes through it. It's natural. It's natural. My wife and I always, we have it now. I remember we were invited to come and speak to pastors at Abakaleke sometime last year. So, they said pastors are gathered, they want us to come and talk to them about balancing marriage and ministry. My wife and I, we prepared for more than a month. We prayed, and then on that day, we got ready, we kissed ourselves, we entered the vehicle, we do a short prayer, and then we drove off. Immediately we were coming out of our compound to the main road, we quarreled. Serious. We drove from Ugwaji past Evangel Camp. We didn't talk to ourselves. We were going to talk to pastors how to balance. If I'm driving, I drive with my left hand and then use my right hand to hold my wife's left hand. That's how I drive. If two of us are together, that's how I drive. If she's not there, the thing has accustomed me that I will drive with left hand and put my right hand on the brake, that hand brake. So, but this day, I was driving with two hands. And then she too removed her hand from that side and folded her hand like this. So I was doing as front. She was doing as right. We drove past Evangel Camp. Unconsciously. He said, no, inside me I was thinking. I said, what if we have accident now? If we have accident now and then two of us die, what are we going to tell God? And we are going to teach pastors. As I was thinking, she too was thinking the same thing. So, but who will talk to each other? So, we went far away and I was speeding. Anytime I carry my wife, I don't speed. So, this time I was speeding. So, along the line, unconsciously, this right hand returned to the normal place. Unconsciously, her own left hand returned to where it was. So my hand grabbed her hand. And I look at her. She looked at me. She said, Me, I said, I asked her, what were you thinking? He said, what are you thinking? Now, when we got to the program, we saw pastors. So they handed over to us. I introduced my wife. She prayed, and I came out and said, I quarreled with my wife as you are coming to teach you. And it asked me today, what is the cause of the quarrel? I cannot say. Because we don't keep record when, you understand what I'm saying? I can't say. So, I told him I quarreled. Do you know that we drove more than how many kilometers? And we didn't talk to ourselves. So, but you know that quarrel is not the issue. The issue is the ability to settle. So after talking, I preached. I talked to them, ministers, and I left. 2 ministers and their wives came to me and said, Daddy, thank you for the testimony you shared. I said, which testimony? I didn't say any testimony. He said, no, you quarreled with mommy. I said, yes, we do. He said, look, as we are coming to this program, we quarrel. And then we were quarreling even when you were talking. But immediately you share that, we say, hey! And then we settled. I said, my quarrel have settled somebody else. So it is normal. It's natural. Because you are two different people from different backgrounds. And remember, you are also bones. You must quarrel. It's natural. But what do we want to know about conflict? Conflict is like a knife. Conflict is like a knife. It can serve you or cut you, depending on where you are holding. Should I say it again? Conflict is like a knife. It can cut you or serve you, depending on where you are holding. Are you holding the blade or are you holding the handle? If you are holding the handle, it will serve you. If you are holding the blade, it will cut you. It's like pepper you put in your soup. If you put too much, it becomes a problem. So, you know how to handle your conflict. Another thing you know is that conflict can never leave you the same way it met you. Conflict can never leave you the same way it met you. It will either break you or build you or mold you. And it depends on you to determine what conflict will do to you. Conflict will never come to you. It will also help you to draw boundary, to draw a line. It will also help you to know the red button of your partner. Am I talking to somebody here? Oh, my wife doesn't like shouting. If you want to shout, I want to take it easy. Now me and you there here now. I said, it's my voice. I say, yes. If I record it, you know that it's high. I say, okay, sorry, because she doesn't like it. So I can't shout where she's around. That's her red button. I have known it. If you shout, she get angry. So conflict will help you to know the red button of your partner.